Well, the Morgan Dollar saga continues. Um, well, as you can see on screen here, I received another email, which I'm sure a lot of you had probably received, if and only if, I guess, you were successful in either ordering the Carson City Privy Morgan Dollar or the New Orleans Mint Morgan Dollar. Okay. I mean, this email doesn't help. I know they're trying to keep people updated. But hey, here's an order update from yours truly. Dearest sweet Sean, thank you for your Morgan Dollar purchase supporting this historic program's centennial anniversary. We are grateful for your support and are excited to offer the Morgan and Peace Dollars program. Due to a system error, you may have seen an estimated ship date of June 2021. So I never brought that up, but yes, people have seen this mysterious June 13th date for shipping or something like that, or in stock or whatever. It completely went over my head. I didn't even pay attention to it after I had checked out. When completing your purchase, as stated on our web pages and in the pre-launch emails, these coins will be shipped in October or November. Where did that come from? November? While we regret the delay, this special coin is sure to be a standout addition to your collection. We appreciate your interest in the Mint's numismatic programs. Love, the Mint. Well, okay, so I kind of knew that the whole June thing was just a mistake. All right, things happen. However, that kind of threw me for a loop. Yeah, I knew these things were going to ship in October, but why did they throw November in there? Is the silver shortage in outsourcing the blanks that big a deal right now? I mean, are they really having a hard time trying to source some of this stuff? I'm honestly at a loss for words. I read this thing and I thought to myself, well, there's a few things that could happen, which we'll talk about. It's actually like one of two or three different scenarios that could possibly happen, and I'll be honest, none of them are that good. Especially as a consumer, none of them are good. Wow. Okay, so this is what we ordered. Beautiful, beautiful coin. I've heard a lot of people say, well, I'd rather have the original. Hey, I'm right with you every step of the way. 175,000 product limit. It says household order limit none, but it was 10. I ordered 2 of each of the CC and the O privies. Now, as you guys know, about a week or so ago, we received an email. I mean, we as in the collective US Mint newsletter recipients, I guess, in that the DNS, the Philadelphia, and the Peace Dollar are all put on hold. As you can see, we are in the 2021 product schedule page, and they are long gone. They actually took it down, I believe, either the day after or 2 days later, after they had made that announcement, and all I see are CC and O privy coins. Quite interesting. This has become such a negative experience for a lot of people. Not just ordering these coins, okay? Because it's gone way back, a few years when the Mint decided to throw out these chase coins with ultra low mintages, where it really put the test to the website. And it's been like this for a long time. 10 years, 15 years, whatever. But here's my take on this. Should they have offered the Morgan dollar program to begin with? You have to, we can't be naive in thinking that the Mint just now figured out that they have a silver problem, or a website problem, or a server problem, or a customer service issue problem. They have 99 problems. But cranking out some pretty irrelevant products is not one of them. Because there's a number of them. Like, here you go, American Innovation $1 coins. Why in the God's green earth are we still making these things? Nobody's using or spending the $1 coins. Even if they are NIFCs, it just doesn't make any sense. There's even, things like this. The William Henry Harrison Presidential Silver Medal. Why? Who's buying that stuff? They have to really ultra focus on the products that people want. And things like this, aren't. They've done the dead presidents thing long enough to where it is now an irrelevant subject on today's coinage. Hello, the presidential dollar coin series, that thing went up in smoke. But they're having serious issues right now trying to manage what should be a landmark release. I talked this thing up like last year. I don't know if you guys remember that. This was going to be the product of the year from the US Mint. And I still stand firmly behind that. But I just don't realistically see, with all of the myriad of issues and problems and all that great stuff that they are experiencing, how they can, within this calendar year, because that's what you want to do, within this calendar year, decide to say, hey, we're going to go ahead and offer the D, the S, the Philadelphia Morgan, and the Peace Dollar. I just don't see that in all of this. There's just no way that's going to happen. As a matter of fact, it's kind of casting a shadow of doubt over the existing CC and O privy coins that were ordered. All 345,000 of them total, or however much it is. It's close to 350,000, when you take into consideration the product limits of these. But how can you do that? How can they offer up the other coins? How can they release these coins knowing that it's not going to be a full program release like we're all expecting? Like the same way that we were expecting the 2020 West Point Business Strike Jefferson Nickel to be in last year's uncirculated set. And then it just kind of like went away, like, oh, yeah, well, what happened there? It's like a magic trick. It's like you're not supposed to know that just happened. I kind of see and foretell the same fate with the Morgan Dollar series. And that's such a shame, because this is, as of 2021, marks the 100-year centennial of one of the most storied coins. Or better yet, kind of like a bridge, like from the Morgan to the Peace Dollar series in 1921 was a landmark event. And that's what they were trying to celebrate. But they had to have known a few months, 3-4 months ago, that they would be encountering these kind of silver shortages with the blanks and all that stuff. And hopefully it would give them time to shop around. Look at other vendors, because that's what you do. You problem solve, especially you're a government entity, for crying out loud. So here's why I think it doesn't make sense to possibly see the other releases. They got this on July 1st. I talked about it a few days ago. They have the 1 ounce silver proof coin, the ASC, with the new reverse design. They call it the reverse of 2021. They have the Gold Eagles, which are largely unaffected in terms of the Morgan Dollar series because they're gold. They got another dumb John Tyler presidential silver medal. Okay, I think those are all Trip 9 fine. They have I guess a 2-coin, 1-ounce silver proof set somewhere in here. Yeah, a silver reverse proof set, which is a 2-coin. They also have the American Eagle 2021 1-ounce silver proof coin, which is a San Francisco minted coin that'll be available for sale August 16th. And the list just goes on and on and on. September 9th, 1-ounce silver uncirculated coin, West Point Mint, of the new design. I mean, there's just so much silver that's going to be used up with what I think are going to be more of the landmark releases for this year, that they really did the Morgan and Peace Dollar commemorative coin series dirty. Like, you know, it's a very like dirty thing to do. It's like stealing money out of your brother's, you know, piggy bank. It's like, that's dirty. And I feel like that's what they're doing. And they're really not doing the Morgan Dollar series that much justice. So what can we possibly expect? There's only about 2 or 3 outcomes. All right. So let's say things are still a green light and everything's good for an October/November release of the CC and O Privy Morgan Dollars. Okay? Right now, as you guys know, and I talked about it, and again, I still stand firmly that you should not buy or sell promised pre-releases on eBay. Especially after that email, it's kind of like really uncertain. Like, you know, I'm just waiting for the next email to say, well, due to circumstances beyond our control, we are just going to go ahead and cancel out everything. You are going to get refunded the money. Oh, which, by the way, with this series, the Morgan Dollar series, because of it's a pre-sale type of affair, is that they are not going to collect the money from your bank account till it ships. Well, they took my money. My money's gone out of the bank account. It's in the U.S. Mint's hands. So what in the world is that about? They could just put their hands in the air and then refund everybody. But where does that leave all of the people that bought obligated sales and, you know, all that stuff on eBay? Or maybe not even eBay. People are buying it off of Facebook too. I mean, how does that work? It's a cluster F, quote unquote, of epic proportions, and it's just nuts. This whole thing is nuts. It's so uncertain, you know. It's like, man, it's unbelievably crazy, and I personally would feel uncomfortable with reselling my, you know, confirmed orders of these things. It just wouldn't feel right, because if it came down to it, and let's say if the Mint between now and the end of October and November decide, well, we have a hard time fulfilling the silver blank issue, we're just going to refund everybody. You could pretty much stick a fork in the Morgan Dollar program, because it's not going to happen. It would be dumb to produce and sell it in 2022 because it's a year off track, you know? Even if they did put the 2021 date on it, there's absolutely no way that they are going to fulfill the silver shortage issue that they're coming across, even going into 2022. So that's one potential outcome. They could just refund everybody. Okay, the second outcome, which again, there's really no good outcome out of all this. Okay, so like I had mentioned, people will still receive their CC and O Privy coins. Well, what's that going to happen? What's that going to do to the secondary market when those things finally decide to drop? Guess what? In the middle of the holidays, October, November, when coin collecting is at its ultimate crest, it's at its highest. People are coming back and they're going back into collecting after a long summer off. People are going to be upset, especially on the eBay side, that they've sold their coins for only $250 after they got confirmed, orders on their pre-sales. And then it drops in, let's say October 25th. It drops in October at the hottest point of the year for coin collecting, and they sell for $400 to $500. It's going to be anarchy. It's going to be the most chaotic thing that you could possibly ever witness in a US Mint event. I just can't even fathom just all of the things that's going to happen. All of the, you paid it way back in June, which is beyond the 30 days or the 90 days or whatever, so you can't get a refund. People are going to be throwing mud at each other once these things decide to drop and people actually have physical hands on these coins, and they're going to be gorgeous. That's another outcome through all of this. Are there any other outcomes? I don't know. There could be. The ramifications of the communication emails and press releases is going to wildly affect the secondary collectible market of these coins. And possibly every other subsequent release between now and the end of the year that has some sort of, popularity to them. The Silver Eagles with the new modified reverse. Why did they have to release that this year? In conjunction with the Morgan dollars is beyond me, but that's just a recipe for disaster. You guys know it. I feel very strongly that, that this whole thing, it's a series of unfortunate events that have come together. And God willing, the Mint is trying to kind of make right to a lot of people who are counting on them to produce what was originally talked about 12 months ago. One thing I will be kind of salty on through all this is that we're not going to have the ability or the capability to see a 2021 Peace Centennial coin. That's the one I was really looking forward to, because I'm in love with DeFrancisci's, I can't even pronounce the guy's name, artwork on the Peace dollar. And we're not going to be able to see that. It's just going to be crazy. I can imagine that the graded coins are going to be nuts. They're going to be sought after. And I would imagine that the traditional old school Morgan and Peace dollar market is going to continue to be really, really strong throughout the next 6 to 12 months as a result of the Centennial coin program. And we're even going to see, again, the side effects just kind of like reach really deep into a lot of the other popular US Mint products. And they're going to be hard to trust from this point forward, because you just don't know where some of the truth is. This is going to be extremely difficult to gauge. And I'm usually really good on gauging, trends. And the trend in this particular case is not your friend. And there might be an end to all of it. But I wanted to take some time to talk about this, about how messed up it is, about how if you had sold some of these, I would just urge caution. The money is not that good to kind of give you kind of like that brain damage case of, oh my God, what do I do? Because the US Mint decided that they're going to cancel out my order of CC and O Privy Morgan dollars, or they won't have any blanks, and these things won't ship until 2022. And if you had sold some on eBay, then good luck drafting a ton of emails to your customers to say, hey, this is what we heard. we're going to do this or this. You know, it's going to be way too much of a headache to be worth it. You know, they're $85 a coin, but if you sold them for $250, is the extra $165 worth it, you know, at the end of the day? And I would say no. Even if you did sell just 1 or 2 coins. If you sold 10, that's a little bit different. That's a little bit more skin in the game for this program, a lot more dedication, a lot more money is at stake at that point. But anyways, that's what I wanted to talk about. Yet another disappointment after disappointment after disappointment with each and every single email, press release, rumor, you know, whatever that comes out from the mint with the Morgan Dollar program. But what are you going to do about it? The writing was on the wall. I talked about it. I said, you know, heed caution with this whole thing, especially after they had sent out the first email. After the CCNO privies, you know, with the whole website meltdown and the silver shortages and all the other, subliminal messages that they threw out there. It's like, this really sucks. I really wanted this to work. And now I think that the upcoming proof Silver Eagle might be at jeopardy. I mean, how can you produce something like that when you can't produce a Morgan Dollar program coin? It just doesn't make any sense. And, you know, I don't know. But, well, that's it. That's really all I wanted to talk about. Have a good one, guys.